Hi everyone, welcome to the Code Query Hub. So in this video, we are going to learn SQL joins using a case study. So we will work on students course enrollment database. Now first let's understand the data we are working with. So this is our database and we are having three tables inside it. So first is students info, second is course details and third is enrollments. So let's see our database. So yes, we are having these three tables in the course enrollment database. So first, let's make it active. Yes. And now let's see the columns. So yes, this table stores the information of the students like name, date of birth, phone number, email, and the student's ID. And our second table is course details. So this table stores the course information like course ID and the course name. And third table is enrollments. So it has the tables, student ID and the course ID. So this is the most important table. It connects the students and the courses and tells us which student has enrolled in which course. So we may say that this is a many to many relationship because one student can enroll in multiple courses and one course can have multiple students. Now let's quickly look at the data. So I'm selecting the top records from each table so that we can see the structure before writing the join queries. So for that, we can use the basic select query, select top one star from table name, that is students info. And similarly, we can select other tables. Now, this is the structure of your tables. Like this is your students info table, this is your course details, and this is your enrollments table. Now, from this result, we can see that we don't have any common column in the table 1 and table 2, but in table 1 and table 3, we are having a common column, which is student ID. And in second table and third table, we are having the common column as course ID. So we can join table 1 and 3 with the help of student ID and table 2 and 3 with the help of course ID. So let's try to join them and see what kind of data these tables have. Okay. So first, let's see the syntax of join. So we can write it as select all or column names from table 1 join type, table 2 on, and there we can write the common column on the basis of which we are performing the joins. And according to the condition, we can write the where clause, group by, having, and order by. Now, let's join our first table and the third table. So for that, we can use the select all from table 1 is students info. Let's give the temporary name as A. And let's write the left join. Second table means third table is enrollment. B on A dot. We have the common column as student ID and B dot student ID. Just select it and execute it. So yes, we got this result. So we can see this is your students info table and this is your enrollments table. Now from this result, we can conclude that your student table consists of the details of those students who are registered, and there are two students with the student ID 103 and 104. These are having the null records in the enrollments. It means they have registered for the course but not enrolled. And also, if we perform, instead of left join, we perform inner join. Then you can see you are not having null now. It means you have the common records from both the tables. So what you can say, these are records where records of those students who are enrolled in the courses with, or we can say with at least one course. And these are the details of students who have registered all students. So they may or may not have registered. Now, instead of inner join, if you perform right join here, then what will you get? Let's see. You can see in in this way also you can get the same result with as of inner join, because in the right table you are having the enrollments. So what you will get the details of those students who have enrolled with at least one course. So here we can say inner join or right join, both are having the same meaning. So we can write the same here also. So you must understand the business context first before applying the join. Now let's try to join the second table and the third table. So now your first table becomes your course table. And here you have the common column as course ID. So yes. So you can see this is your course details table and this is your enrollments table. So first let's put the left join. So yes, we can see this course details consist of all the courses, and this is your enrollment table. So we can see the course ID 204, 206 and 209, 2010 having the null values in the enrollment table after mapping. It means these are the courses present in the system but not enrolled by any student. So we can say will give you the details of all the courses. And similarly, if you apply the inner join or the right join, it will provide you the all the courses which are registered by the students. So you can inner join or you can say right join. Both will mean the same thing like we did earlier. So So these are the record of, instead of students, you can write it as courses which are registered, which are enrolled by at least one student. So in this way, join works. Now let's move on to the questions. So first question is display the student details. Let's see our structure first. So yes, now let's see the question. So display the student details and the courses they are enrolled to. So before applying any join, we must see what we want. So we want the student details, which is present in the first table, that is students info. So we need this table and courses they are enrolled in. So for enrollment, we are having this third table. So we must join first table and the third table. So let's join them. Select all from table 1 is your, or we can say we can copy this. We have already joined. So it will be more easier. Yeah. Yes. So yes, we want the course detail which in which they are enrolled. So when we apply the left join, we will get the details of those students also which are not registered. So instead of left join, let's put the inner join. Now we have the records of all those students who are enrolled to at least one course, and we need students details. So this column is repeating. So we don't need this column. So we can write it as all columns for the first table, and we want course ID from the second table. Let's execute. Yes. So this is our final result which we want. Now let's see our second question. So display all the students and the count of the courses they are enrolled in. Again, we need this table. Let's copy this. Now we need the count of courses. So count of course may also be 0. It may be possible that the student did not register for enroll for any course. Let's put the left join here. Now we want the count for this student with the student ID 103 and 104 as 0 because they have not enrolled for any courses. So how to do it? We can say we want all from the table 1, and then we need to have the count of student ID. Why? Because this is null. If you put the count here, it will give you 1, but you need this one. So let's count this student ID. And you want the course ID also? Or you may skip it also because it is not asking for course ID. It is asking only for the count of the courses. So you may skip it also. Now, this is your non-aggregated columns and this is your aggregated column. So we have learned that whenever we are having non-aggregated and aggregated column in the select query, then all the non-aggregated column must be there with the group by clause. So let's write it one by one. So A dot student ID. Let's write all the column names. Here we can write it as now. Let's try to execute it. So yes, we can see that we can get the count of. So this student has enrolled for 3 courses. This student has enrolled for 2 courses, and here we have seen the count as 0. So this is what we want, and we may write the column name as count of courses. Now just select it and execute it. So yes, this is your final answer. Now the next question is display the students who are not enrolled in any course. So we need the student details, and so again we can join the first table and the third table because we need the enrollment, and for enrollment we are having the third table. So let's run this query and see what we want. Yes, and instead of inner join, let's put the left join because we want the student details. Yes. Now we need the students who are not enrolled. It means we need these 2 records. So how we will get it? Now you have to put the condition here as where B dot student ID. Yes. None. Now let's select it and execute it. Yes. So these are the student details who are not enrolled with any course, but we don't want these columns. We need these details. So we can write it as what we want to display, the details of this table. So we may write A star and none from table B. So yes, this is the final output what we want. Now the next question, let's see. List all the courses and the number of students enrolled in each course. Let's try to see the syntax. Yes. Now we have to list all the courses. So we need this table, second table, and the students enrolled. So for that we have the third table. So let's try to join the second table and the third table. Select all from table 1, that is course details. Left join because we want all the courses. So, and next table is enrollments as B on. Now the common column is course ID. So A dot course ID equal to B dot course ID. Let's try to see what we get. So yes, we got this, but here we want all the courses and the number of students enrolled in each course. So how we will do it? We have to apply the count of the student ID. Now, here we can say A dot all, and we want the count of what? D dot student ID, because we want to count the number of students. As you can see, the count of courses. Count of students. Now, again, the same thing, aggregated and non-aggregated columns. So we must use the group by clause. So group by A dot course ID, comma, A dot name. And do we need course ID here? No, because we have already course ID in the first table. So let's try to execute it. So yes, we can see that we are having the counts of students, like in Excel, 2 students are enrolled. In VBA, there are 2 students enrolled. And in Java, there is no students enrolled in it. So in this way, we can perform the joins and fetch the data, or we can say whatever we want. So this is how you can use the SQL joins in a real case study. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to Code Query Hub. So I will be sharing more case studies and interview questions in the upcoming videos. So thanks for watching.